Set everything up first. You know how that go. Okay. All right. Today we're gonna talk about part 3 of rigged sports. Otherwise titled as all these close ass games. Rigged NFL playoffs part 3. So to start off, of course, week 17 is gonna be a shit ton of close games. We already know that. They gotta milk out every bit of excitement from any of the markets that don't otherwise have any fans. I said that wrong. They trying to milk as much viewership from a lot of these teams that didn't have a chance to make the playoffs. That's what I'm going to say. So, to start off with, and I'm just go through the list of the games and stuff right now. So, you had the Vikings and Lions. It didn't matter. But fuck it. The Lions always have close games. Let's bring in the viewership. Have NFL Red Zone talk about how this game is going down to the wire. How the Vikings managed to win by 2. Shit, Minnesota's another team that always has close nail-biting games. For no reason. And last time I checked, they were supposed to be a team tanking. I don't know if they tanking anymore. Next, you got the Cowboys and Giants. Dallas didn't really have a chance. It's still the Cowboys. They're still going to get viewers. And New York winning narrowed the race between them and Washington. Because if Dallas won, we really wouldn't give a shit about watching the Eagles football team game. Browns and Steelers. They had the Browns win in order to further push Baker Mayfield as this hero, build up his character and everything like that. And I found it rather suiting. Or no, it was just obviously scripted as hell that they had Baker Mayfield on a quarterback run. On a QB sweep. Get the first down to clinch the game for him. At home. That shit was so obvious. When you got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, you got all these players and shit you can use. Come on now. Come on. And on top of that, they had all of these excuses and shit. Prior to, due to the CV19, they couldn't get in the practice facility, all this stuff. All this adversity in case if they lost, it don't make them look as bad. But since they won, they look even better because they overcame these large obstacles, including the team that they played. Other scores, you had Tampa Bay beating Atlanta. Didn't really matter. Buffalo destroying Miami. They didn't want Miami to even sniff a chance at the playoffs. Baltimore beat Cincinnati 38-3. I mean, no one cares about Cincinnati since Joe Burrow's not there. New England beat the Jets. Don't care. No one cares. So the only thing I take away from those games is Brady's balling out at age 43. That doesn't raise an eyebrow to anybody. I don't know how. Buffalo looks like a team to beat. Possibly tap into the Canadian market, i.e. Toronto. Because they look like a strong team to play in the playoffs. Simple as that. And then Lamar Jackson back to MVP form. So this whole time they've been struggling the first half of the year. Struggling. The first half of the year. All of a sudden Lamar Jackson just turned it on after he's been out with CV19. And all of a sudden he comes back just like MVP Lamar. None of that other stuff happened that he was getting accused for. That he clearly wasn't the one in the wrong for. All them prior losses talking about it's Lamar's fault. No, nigga. It ain't Lamar's fault. Excuse me. That was Greg Roman's fault. That was bad play calling. Again, on purpose. You go back and watch the Titans-Ravens game. That bad play calling was on purpose. Same thing with the Colts game, how they were struggling the first half, play calling. But they want to keep pushing that narrative. Oh no, Lamar Jackson, he ain't, teams have figured him out, yada yada yada. Well, it's kind of simple to have someone quote unquote figured out if you run in the same play over and over. Yeah. For fucking 2 years, yeah. Come up with some new plays and see if they still have them figured out. And out on to the late games, you got LA Rams beating the Cardinals. Both were using backups. And Arizona going to have to wait till next year in order to get their playoff shot for Kyler Murray. Indianapolis beat Jacksonville in the game that was close for 3 quarters in order to build suspense because you had the Houston Titans game going on as well because the division was on the line for the Colts and for the Titans. On top of that, you had playoff spots on the line for both of them. And in the Titans game, they definitely built some suspense because you thought for a second this game was going to go to overtime. Oh, no. This was game-winning field goal in regulation. Because you had an easy way on top of this to promote J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson, 2 big stars in the NFL. And then you also get to promote Derrick Henry. And you help, since we all know that the Texans ain't even going to make the playoffs, might as well make it exciting, like I said before. Get them viewers in, get that viewership going. Of course it's going to be a close game. And they won off a Gostkowski game-winning field goal, which I think this is the game. I have notes on this. I'm going to get back to that. One of these games I had notes on. I'll get back to it in a second. I'm going to go through the chat. Being a Ravens fan, it'd be nice to see us do something this year in the playoffs. Yeah, same, S01310. I think I'm saying that right. Kind of think we may make it to the AFC Championship game. Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at 2 fucking screens. But anyway, I agree with you on that. It'd be nice, and I think we're going to make it. I honestly do think we're going to make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think we're going to win, but I really hope we. As a fan, I hope we win the Super Bowl. In reality, I feel like we're going to get to the Super Bowl and lose to, like I said before, the New Orleans Saints. We'll see. And Scotty Boy 36, they had to build up some Lamar hype for a rematch with the Chiefs. Ooh. I was thinking about that earlier, too. I could see that. That's what they should have done that shit last year. They should have done it last year, but they wanted Lamar to pay his dues and shit. Somehow Patrick Mahomes just has to pay his dues 1 fucking year. Lose to Tom Brady, Lamar has to pay his dues twice. Chargers game, whatever, okay. The Titans game, come the fuck on. Come on, dude. But I get it, you like a Cinderella. You don't like the 14-2 team going as deep as they should have went in the playoffs. It's going to be a Buck versus Chiefs Super Bowl, and they going to build a storyline off that. I don't know about that. I hear people talking about the Buccaneers, the Steelers, Seattle, like the main Kansas City, obviously, like the main 4 teams make to the Super Bowl. I don't know. I just don't see a home team making it to the Super Bowl. I will say though, this Buccaneers team has the best chance out of anybody to do it. They got Golden Boy. You got 2 Golden Boys if they had that matchup. Patrick Mahomes, the new Golden Boy, and then you got Tom Brady. So it'd be a hell of a matchup. You got 2 super teams, but I don't see it though. How do you think the Rams and Seahawks game is going to go? Let me know. Alright. I believe, because I'm going to get into this later, but I believe that Seattle's going to win this game. I see it as a way to, speaking of which, I pick Seattle as like a dark horse team that could make the Super Bowl. But as far as Seattle versus the Rams goes, it's a good way to promote the LA Rams. They got a new stadium. And it should be open to the public by then. Because I feel like it was a missed opportunity this year to do it, to open up the Raiders Stadium, or Charger Stadium too. I think it was a missed opportunity to do it this year. Real big missed opportunity. Fucking Oakland, or the Raiders should have took their ass back to Oakland one more year. And then the Rams, I mean, shit. Well, honestly, you really have much of a choice to do with as far as the Rams and Chargers go. So, do what you had to do there. Elliott is also a reason to promote a divisional rivalry. Because seeing the playoff matchups, you got Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Seattle, LA. Actually, those are only two. And both are the 3 and 6 seed, and both of those, go figure. All right. So, back to the late game wrap up. So, you got New Orleans, Carolina. Don't care. New Orleans looks strong going to the playoffs. Build up the Saints as a team to beat. You know, typical New Orleans shit. Then you had Chicago playing for a playoff spot. Aaron Rodgers in MVP form. Not really much there to talk about. Just, you got pissed off Aaron Rodgers. We know what that is. Seattle, San Francisco. You had the 49ers, who had no chance to make the playoffs, but it also set up a Seattle versus LA Rams wild card game because it shows Seattle being a team that is, I guess, vulnerable to weaker opponents. So it'd make you tempted to want to pick the Rams in that matchup. Also, let's see. Russ for MVP, because nigga got a strong case. Next, you had Denver versus Las Vegas. Las Vegas ended up winning that one. Didn't matter, but it lets you get into the Vegas market where all the betting, all the money is being made in the NFL. All these spreads are coming out of, all that shit. This fantasy shit they pushing, fantasy, FanDuel, all that shit. Vegas, give them hope for next year. Make them look like, hey, they might be a team to beat next year. They ain't go down like no bitches. Dante King, if the Seahawks do make the Super Bowl, you see them facing the Chiefs. No. If I had to pick a team, I would say the Steelers in that matchup. I don't see them picking two black quarterbacks to go against each other. Gordon, good. What up, man? How you doing, Gordon? Shout out Vegas. Damn right, shout out Vegas. They let fans in that damn stadium, though. Stop playing. And then last but not least, you had LA Chargers and Kansas City. Again, didn't matter. Fuck it, let's promote LA. That's the whole moral that whenever they get a new coach, the Chargers that is, they all of a sudden gonna ball the fuck out. Because again, SoFi Stadium gonna have fans for the Rams and Chargers. Both of them gonna be doing good as hell, bringing all this revenue because they ain't lost a fuck ton of money. They done lost some money. So, bring in their revenue. Make that shit back. That's what they finna do. See what that chat talking about. Seeing everybody in the media's reaction to the whole Doug Peterson pulling Jalen Hurts thing is hilarious. Yeah, those are fucking actors. Like, what that nigga name? Chris Collinsworth. Like, it's suiting they just so happen to have an ex-Eagles wide receiver. Called him out for this shit. And Chris Collinsworth ain't even the best announcer. That nigga is subpar at best. Him, who else? Phil Simms. Them niggas overrated as hell. Al Michaels the one carrying that load. Pause. But yeah, they just fucking with y'all now at this point. That was the most... That's up there with the Seattle interception at the goal line. As far as throwing a game. You put in a nigga I ain't never heard of. If it weren't for Madden and me going through that depth chart, I don't even know who the fuck Nate Sudfeld was. Why do you think the Seahawks defense was so bad at the beginning of the Seahawks and now they're really good? Building that script up. Usual shit. Same thing with the Ravens I was talking about. Baltimore was doing not so hot on offense first half of the year. what's wrong with them? Is Lamar Jackson? If they finally figured him out, he's not MVP form, yada yada yada. And then going with CB19, misses. Alright, so and now I'm just gonna go through some shit as far as like other things that I noticed throughout the week. Or throughout the yesterday. For one, Buffalo, they look good going to the playoffs as the only New York team, which they just allowed them to have 6.1 thousand fans in for the playoff game as far as attendance goes. That's suiting that they just laid a smackdown. And I mean a smackdown on mine by 30. They dropped 56. That's a college basketball score. Maybe a women's basketball score or some shit. Which actually, before I get into all of that shit, let me bring it back to the fact that Jalen Hurts was benched in the fourth quarter, so that Washington would clearly win the game. Let's go back to that. Hold up, time out. They really want to push this Washington narrative so fucking far. As far as Ron Rivera being cancer, which if he had cancer, like shit, more power to him. Good shit. Glad he beat it. Would hate to see anyone lose that shit. Fuck cancer. Oh yeah, and Alex Smith looking like the comeback player of the year. And then they even threw up a little stat line, said this is the 6th time he's been to the playoffs on 3 different teams. And just a really random stat line. Like, you don't see that for a lot of other players and shit. Even if they've been on other teams and they were stars or difference makers. Do you think the Bears can upset the Saints? No. They're playing somebody else, maybe, but no. Guys, Will Smith's movie Focus. Okay. They talk about betting in that shit too. I haven't even seen the whole movie, but I do know they talk about betting. Alright, back to the other things I saw. Lamar Jackson's interception was so obvious. Like, he did that same shit he did against the Titans where he double pumps. Like, he would pump again, and it was like he was waiting for the defender to get there. Or just waiting for the defender to get there in line so he could throw the interception. But he got tipped, ended up being intercepted anyway. It was just so obvious. Like, they were playing flawlessly, and then all of a sudden, really? Tipped interception? Come on. Huh. Shout out S01310. I'm thinking of a new way to call your name out. 6 playoff appearances on 3 teams. He faces Tom Brady, who was 6-3 in the Big Bowl. Might be onto something because I do think that is a game to watch. That is a game to watch. Profit picks. It's about the number 55, and it's the 55th Super Bowl. Will Smith player for the Saints. He died in New Orleans. Will Smith's entanglement made him relevant this year. Ooh. Drew Brees last year. He was born on January 15th and stands at 114 total losses. Which game will he lose? So wait, time out. So profit picks, are you telling me that you think the Saints are going to go far and lose like usual, or they're going to go win the Super Bowl? Drew Brees' first game was against Kansas City and he lost. NFL loves going full circle. Huh. And they did promote the shit out of that Kansas City Saints matchup they had a couple weeks ago. Maybe. Got 20%. Oh yeah, and if it looks like I'm all over the place, I'm looking at the chat over here, my notes down here, camera over here. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Alright, next on the other things I've noticed. A.J. Brown seems to be a consistent late game wide receiver for the Titans, whether it be against the Ravens, where he got pulled into the end zone. Say it again, where he got pulled into the end zone. That shit was obvious. I almost wanted to stop watching that shit. If it wasn't going to overtime when I saw that shit, I wanted to quit because I knew who the fuck was finna win as soon as I saw that. That Texas game, same shit. A.J. Brown just so happens to come up big in these games. I think Kansas City was another one. Maybe last season. I think it was last season. A.J. Brown came up big in that game too. So he's like an easy, I don't call him a scapegoat, but a go-to. As far as Denver and Las Vegas. Actually, before I say that, nigga, hit that damn like button. Hit that damn like button. Aaron Rodgers will play Tom Brady and win in playoffs, respectively. Do you think the Seahawks can beat the Packers at Lambeau Field? I can see it. Do I think so? No, but I can see it. But I will say there's something around Aaron Rodgers. Who else? Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, Alex Smith, Tom Brady, Drew Brees. Those are the ones I would keep my eye on. As far as the AFC goes, I honestly think there's maybe 3 teams I would really say could legit make the Super Bowl. Like I said before, it's Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Kansas City. All right, back to this Denver-Las Vegas game. It was close again like last year. It was also played in Denver. On top of that, Denver called the timeout to bail out Las Vegas from getting a delayed game on a 2-point conversion where they were just all over the place. I mean, goddamn, all over the place. Like, you had Waller on the sideline 1 minute, he's on the field, now he's off. Players didn't know where they wanted to be, none of that shit. So Denver bails him out, calls a timeout. And the Raiders connect to Waller because he gets back in the game after the timeout for the 2-point conversion where they end up taking the lead and won 32-31. And the interesting thing about that, last year, John Gruden went for a 2-point conversion in the exact same scenario, missed it, and lost. And it was when they were in Oakland. Now, if they're in Vegas, all of a sudden they want to give them hope. And also, the long pass and bullshit penalty got the Broncos in field goal range after the Raiders scored. But it was blocked. It was a 63-yard kick. And they wanted to make it suspenseful. But let me go back to 63-yard kick. 63. Ooh, a team they just building up. Shit, Cleveland. For the future, Cleveland. Does that mean they're going to beat Pittsburgh? No. But that's the team they want to build up. And again, L.A. L.A. and Vegas. Those are the ones they really want to build up. Kansas City's already there. They already won a Super Bowl. They're going to still be there. We're going to have to get used to that. They the new Patriots. Bills been to Super Bowl 4 times and lost all 4. Could they get there and get 5 losses out of 5? LMAO, hashtag Super Bowl 55. Nah, I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that. Okay. All right, next you got Rudolph versus Garrett, round, I think, 2. Since the fight, at least, round 2. But again, they had to push this rivalry. It's an AFC North rivalry. On top of that, Garrett and Rudolph, are they going to fight? Are they going to smash helmets and shit? And also, opportunity to push Baker. Make him look like the hero. Why you think he's in all these damn progressive commercials and shit? That nigga's been in progressive commercials for like, 3 seasons now? He ain't even won a playoff game yet. That nigga got more commercials than Pat Mahomes, who won a Super Bowl, been on the cover of Madden, and won an MVP. He been in more commercials than Lamar Jackson, who was unanimous MVP last year. Shit, that nigga got more commercials than Russell Wilson. That nigga been in the league 10 years. So, go back and look at that commercial. I forgot. It was back when Brady was with the Patriots. They had this commercial where these retired and current NFL players at like this banquet, like a dinner. And you notice who Tom Brady told to hold his rings. Baker Mayfield. Nah, it wasn't Pat Mahomes, it was Baker Mayfield. That's the one they really want to push. That nigga get away with so many free passes to do some bullshit. It's not even funny. I'm gonna be honest, no black quarterback can do half the shit that nigga can do. We saw what happened to Dwayne Haskins. Granted, in Dwayne's case, he's a fucking idiot. That nigga did some dumbass shit. I ain't never seen someone throw their career away like that. No, Aaron Hernandez, never mind. What else? There's just a side note. Derrick Henry was baking cookies in NFL Christmas art post from last year. Oh, shit, I remember that picture. I'm going to have to go back and look at that shit. I'm going to have to go back and look at all the pictures on there. I don't know if it's really all that shit applies to this year, but I'll have to go back and look at that shit. Excuse me. Yeah, side note. I just noticed that Houston in basketball and football always fall short of their full potential. Whether it be the Rockets, when they had Chris Paul, before he was there when they had Dwight Howard, they fell short. I ain't really going to say this year, because honestly they didn't have a chance. In football, Houston Texans, same shit. Same shit. They had at one point they had all these weapons, and then it fell on Bill O'Brien being a bad coach. Which some could argue that. He's a terrible GM. I don't know about a bad coach. NFL, I wouldn't necessarily go outright and say he's a bad coach. Because nigga did go to playoffs multiple times. So you say bad coaches do that. Subpar coaches can go to the playoffs, but terrible coaches don't. Let me lose my train of thought here. Okay. Alright, hold on 1 second. Alright. Dante King, do you think Cam Newton's career is over? No, but they damn sure want to make it seem that way. I feel like he one of them niggas they want to kick out the league. Like, straight up. I'm tripping. Yeah, I feel like he's one of them niggas they definitely want to kick out the league. Because they feel like they can't necessarily, how I put this, control him the same way. He too much himself. Megan Thee Stallion is from Houston, right? Yep. Yep, WAP is a sorry-ass song, too. I fucking hate that song. Song is goddamn trash. They ain't got shit to do with football. I just want to say that song is fucking trash. And that other stupid-ass song, Body or whatever. Fuck that song. That shit trash. Alright. Back to this shit I noticed. Allen Robinson used magnetic grip gloves for that one-handed catch against the Packers. I hadn't heard about the magnetic grip gloves and shit. I hadn't talked about it before with DeAndre Hopkins' Hail Mary catch. But that shit was so obvious against the Packers yesterday. This nigga caught a football. Hold on, let me get my football. This nigga caught a football with his thumb. It was like against his chest. Oh shit, got my name on it. Against his chest, and it was like literally just his thumb. And if you think about the amount of force thrown on a football from an NFL quarterback, I don't give a fuck if it's the best or the worst. It's going to have a lot of force to it. It's not going to stick and you're just going to hold it with your thumb. No. And on top of that, he didn't even try to catch it with two hands. He just reached out for that bitch. Tried to one-hand it. Do you think the Warriors can make the playoffs this year? Maybe. I ain't really trying to talk about the NBA on this stream, but shit, maybe. I done seen people predict they gonna win the finals this year. I don't see it. I'm still sticking to Lakers gonna three-peat. LeBron finishing 6-6. All right. Sticky magnet gloves. Yes. Those. Yes. Shout out Profit Picks. Alright, another thing. The wide receiver in the Giants game slapped the ball out of his own hand for a fumble. I saw what the fuck? Keep sleeping on my son's baby. They making the playoffs. They making the playoffs. I'm telling you that now. Phoenix making the playoffs. But yeah, for some reason, honestly don't think this was an accident. I don't know the dude's name, but he was a wide receiver for the Giants. When he was running, the ball just came out of his hand. Just came out of his hand. And like he slapped it with his other hand when he was running. And he looked shocked when he saw it. I don't get how you just look surprised that you do some shit like that. Like you didn't feel your other hand touching the ball? Come on. Also, let's see, he talks about Alex Smith's 6 playoff appearances on third team. Also, during that little post-game interview, the reporter used that phrase, if someone told you before the season. That's another phrase, too. That is another one, too. If someone told you before the season. That's just straight up mockery at that point. Cause shit, that's how they get told, motherfucker. They tell them before the season, hey, so and so's finna win the Super Bowl. So and so finna win. Cody Zimmerman, Subs are up next. I'm sure you can say the Suns. Wow, King James Bible got 66 book. Damn. Good catch. Is it just me, or have we had the most kickers miss extra points and field goals, like more than any other season? And it gets even worse in primetime? Yes. The Mangs be going crazy this year. They ain't got no fans, so they can do all type of stupid shit. They can pull all type of bullshit out their ass. Other random shit, let's see, from yesterday. Hurts got benched in the fourth quarter, even though he was responsible for 14 points. That don't make sense. I don't care how terrible he was playing. That don't even make no damn sense. And on top of that, if you were going to bench him for another quarterback, put in Carson Wentz. I don't give a damn if that nigga want to be traded or not. Put him in. I don't even know if he dressed. Put him in. Tell that nigga to put on some pads. On top of that, the Eagles led 14-10 at one point in that game. Like I predicted on the Q multiple times. Say Washington's running back bobbled an easy screen pass on purpose for Philly to get an interception. Like he looked like I ain't gonna say surprised. It was just like when you just playing tips and shit, you just tipping. That's what that nigga looked like he did. And then all of a sudden, interception puts Philly in scoring range. And then Jalen Hurts, very questionable decision making in the red zone, led them to no points following an interception. No points. I think they went for it. Instead of taking 3, they had time to get the ball back and do anything they wanted to do. But they went for it. That don't make no sense. Goes back to the tanking thing. Let's see. Sudfeld's interception was an easy overthrown pass in the fourth quarter. Like it was straight to the defender. Also, his fumble was so obvious on the snap. Was it a low snap? Yes. But goddamn, dude. That was almost as bad as Cam Newton's in the Super Bowl. He didn't do that bullshit where he reached down and pulled his arm back. But goddamn, that was bad. I've already talked about openly tanking. Eagles lost on purpose. There's also the narrative that the Eagles lost on purpose to keep the Giants out of the playoffs because they're rivals, and it makes sense. It's an easy bullshit narrative to go with. It's like a fuck you, because you know how what's the word? Passionate Eagles fans are. Giants fans too. So it could be a fuck you to them. At least that's the narrative. And also regarding that, Al Michaels said, "At least we've turned the page." Took a pause, and then he said on the calendar when he was really talking about the script. And then again, Chris Collinsworth will follow that up about tanking on national television. So that's all the random stuff I done noticed so far. On to these playoff matchups. Because I got 11% of better. We got to make this shit last. So, number 7 seed Indy versus Buffalo, number 2 seed. I see it as a storyline. So I'm trying to run through these motherfuckers quick. Let's see. Good chance to promote the Bills with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs as stars of the league. Josh Allen had an MVP season. Balling now. Stephon Diggs, top 5 in I think it was receiving yards or receptions. Probably receiving yards. It's not Buffalo's year, though. They ain't having that happen. As for Indy, it's a good chance to get Phillip Rivers because he's a vet. Get him his due. Give him a playoff appearance. Instead of having Miami in there, because Miami's going to have to wait till next year. So, there's that. There's not really a whole lot to talk about as far as that one. 3 seed Pittsburgh versus number 6 seed them Browns. They're going to push the rivalry even further. You also get time to promote Baker Mayfield on the, I ain't going to say the biggest stage, but it's a much bigger stage than what he's been on than just in progressive commercials. You put that nigga, he in the playoffs now, he in the postseason. He a big deal. On top of that, watch out for Pittsburgh to be a dark horse team that could win the Super Bowl. I don't believe it, but that's a team to watch out for in the AFC because there's only like 3. And part of the reason was that the Steelers had a little losing skid was to kind of throw you off. Throw you off their quote-unquote scent. Make you think, oh, the Steelers really ain't got it. They ain't going to make it to the playoffs. Or not playoffs, the Super Bowl. Because they always like to do that shit. Have a team do really good. All of a sudden just start losing out of nowhere. In the weirdest ways possible. Shit, the Falcons are a prime example of that, except they shit happens in like a span of a game. 3 quarters, they doing good. 4th quarter, they forgot how to play football. All right, Tennessee, 4 seed versus Baltimore, the 5 seed. Rivalry renewed. Sure, I already said that. The question is, as far as the storyline, does Lamar really have what it takes to get over the hump, get his first playoff win? Also, note the road team always wins in this matchup in the postseason. They in Nashville. Go figure. Also, the script is flipped. Last year, the Titans were on fire, and they're the team that came in as the wild card. They beat the Patriots. They beat the Ravens. They beat the... oh, that's it. I forgot. Then they played the Chiefs and made it close. This year, opposite. We're the team on fire. They just squeaked in. And we the team just been whooping ass. Granted, all the teams we've been beating the shit out of, they ain't really been good teams. But hey, they trying to push that narrative. In the NFC, you got the 2 seed New Orleans Saints versus the 7 seed Chicago Bears. This game got rescheduled for Sunday because Alvin Kamara was on, quarantine list, whatever, for 10 days. They want to get him back because he's kind of like one of the best running backs in the NFL. It'd be stupid to not have him in the playoff game. Also, it should be an easy win for Drew Brees. And as far as Kamara and Brees both go, get viewership and your sponsors. For the 3 seed Seattle and the 6 seed LA Rams, you have Russ versus LA in a divisional matchup. You get a chance to promote LA, like I said before, since they ain't gonna have no fans now. Fans should be should be allowed in the stadium next year or next season, should I say? So show them what the Rams is all about. Don't let them win, but just show them what it's all about. And again, Seattle's one of them dark horse teams I keep my eye on in the Super Bowl race. And then the last matchup, you got Washington, the 4 seed, versus Tampa, the 5 seed. This is the one I really got my eye on. All right, hold on. Let me get my charger real quick. Put this shit in my hand right now. Yeah, that's the fuck we doing. Alright. Couldn't find my cord, so this is what we doing. Alright, as far as Washington and Tampa Bay goes, you got the Ron Rivera beat cancer storyline. And you know NFL, sports in general loves a cancer storyline. So you can throw there. Alex Smith is the comeback player of the year. You have that storyline to push. Also, if Washington wins this, it even builds them up more. They beat a super team and the greatest quarterback of all time. So it makes them beating, say, a Packers seem doable. Or even New Orleans seems doable. Other storylines they can push is, can Brady win with a new team in the postseason? We know he can win in the regular season. He already proved that. Can he do it in the playoffs? Does he still need Bill Belichick for that? And also, it's another reason to promote Gronk, AB, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Oh yeah, and Tom Brady. So that is the matchup. That's the matchup I'll really be watching. Because you got that high-powered Tampa Bay offense, and you got that Washington football team stellar defense. Alright, so that is everything I got to talk about as far as rigged playoffs, rigged sports, this, that, and the third. Hit that like button. I don't know what day specifically I'm going to be going live again. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, like the video, goddammit. Hit that goddamn like button, put this shit in the algorithm. And last thing, shout out to S01310. I think I finally got his name right. Scotty Boy 36, Dante King, the homie Gordon Good Game out there in Vegas, Prophet Picks, and Cody Zimmerman.